What's good, YouTube land? We're moving up in size this time with Transformers Legacy Prime Universe Bulkhead. Bulkhead smash! So, there's a picture of Bulkhead's vehicle mode. There's some nice art of Bulkhead. Mr. Bulking Headman. And there's that portrait of the Autobots. I wish I had a Voyager-sized boxes for the Decepticons to show the cool artwork standing side by side, but I also don't have any. Hold on. Pretend. How do I? How is this? Yeah. Just imagine that, but slightly bigger. I might do it if I get the Prime RC, just to show that off better. And on the back, there's some product shots of Bulkhead. More than meets the eye. Autobots, their battle to destroy some of the Decepticons. Alright. So here is Bulkhead. Prime Universe Bulkhead. So they have to use that distinction because there are at least 3 different universes that have a Bulkhead. Obviously, the most famous one being animated Bulkhead, who's I'm almost certain is pretty much the same character as the Prime counterpart. And then there's the long forgotten or completely unrememberable Energon Bulkhead, who besides being green and having a giant ridiculous backpack, I don't know if he was even in Energon or Superlink. But yeah, we have to talk about this guy and talk about the toy. And the first thing anyone will ever mention, it's not Prime stylized. It's Prime Bulkhead in character name alone. It is a G1ified Bulkhead. Basically, they took Bulkhead's pretty fat character model from either animated or Prime, because he basically had the same body type, which I can relate to, and basically gave him a G1 styled toy, which rightfully so has separated the fan base quite a bit, because Bulkhead's unique. Like, he's a big fat guy, basically. He's a big fat robot. Beep beep. So it's like I can understand why people would say, oh, this toy doesn't fit the character, it's not a good toy for Bulkhead. And I, to somewhat, agree. I will admit, I don't think this is a good toy for Bulkhead. But I'll give you my thoughts on the toy while we get to the end. And yes, if it wasn't very much obvious, he has a lot in common with Age of Extinction / Last Night Hound. So for comparison, here is, whoops, that's better. Here's a comparison. You cannot tell me or convince me that Hound in Age of Extinction shouldn't have been Bulkhead. It should have been Bulkhead. God damn, I can't believe I thought Age of Extinction was a good film. Blech. Still haven't seen Last Night. Never will. Do we think Rise of the Beasts is going to be big? What do you think? I don't know. The toy line looks like shit, but I don't know. Also, for size comparison, here's the only other Bulkhead I have. Construct bot Bulkhead. Sometimes I forget I own this thing. And I did a build a video on him. Click on it. It's somewhere, I imagine. And just because I feel like, come on, come on, come on, come on. There goes fucking everyone. Here he is next to Earthrise Grapple. Because A, they feel like they're cut from the same kind of cloth, and it allows me to bring up a hilariously. Not only is this guy already getting a repaint, R.I.D. Prowl fell over, a repaint in the Wreckers collection, which I'm not going to get. Very little of that collection appeals to me. Some things, but this guy is getting a repaint in the Velocitron subline in this guy's colors. I find that hilarious. And I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the fact that, or the strange phenomenon that people, for some reason, are going whenever they see Bulkhead in stores and doing that. I don't know why. I did see one of them with his head pushed down in the toy store when I bought this guy. But it's just like, are you that bored that you feel the need to do that? I mean, whatever. It's just odd. Kind of reminds me of the LeBron James action figure for the crappy Looney Tunes sequel, and people were removing the head from the package and selling it on eBay for stupid prices. Although you can't remove his head, I don't know why it reminds me of that. It's just people are weird. This guy included, because I freaking call myself weird. But let's actually talk about the toy. He's got quite a stomach. I can relate. I mean, just look at that. Like, jeez. Chunky. It's chunky. But, like, not fat. Like, I mean, I'm going to imagine it's all Cybertronian muscle packed behind this hollow chest. We'll get to that. But the only real mark of Prime Bulkhead, besides the green, is his head, which does look good. It does invoke the character quite a bit. The only difference between the animated and the Prime is the animated one is green, and the Prime's one is silver. No light piping, but he does have some nice blue eyes. He looks a bit sterner than I think Bulkhead would. When I think of Bulkhead, I think of more like a cat has like a relaxed face or a smile. And the arms are not really a highlight. They're kind of just generic and kind of short looking, especially next to his gigantic chest. Like, they have some minor detail on them, but yeah, they're kind of generic. The legs, though, on the other side, no, I like the shapes of them. Nice and thick thighs, if you will, and very well proportioned legs. Like he definitely doesn't skip leg day. That's for sure. Definitely probably gets in lots of squats. Maybe lots of I want to say lots of ab crunches, but I don't know if ab crunches get you a chest like that. I know they can't get rid of a stomach like this, but maybe I don't try hard enough. 3 to 4 times a week isn't enough, I guess. But toy is solid. I like him. He's nothing flimsy, besides the minor unfortunate necessity that comes with a hollow flippin' torso. And it doesn't really peg in very well. It's supposed to tab into those slots right there. But in my opinion, it does not do a very good job of that. Like, it feels like it's going to pop open way too easily. And why? Why do you have the fake out dummy wheels on the back? Like, they don't play a role in transformation. They actually just feel like kibble. I guess they're supposed to be a part of his look. Mind you, I've never watched Transformers Prime very much. I just like there's one of my favorite videos is basically replacing Prime dialogue with swearing. I can't remember the name of it. It's like, I f***ed him into powder. Like the lines are like it makes it really funny because it's censoring it, but it's a good video. I might link it in the description if I can find it. Um, yeah. All right. I guess we'll do articulation now. Head is on a ball joint. Good amount of range. Go. You can look up that high. Obviously, he can look down pretty far. Side to side, good. And yeah, that's kind of really all you need. I don't think you need a full exorcist swivel to give him enough articulation to emote. Oh, I was gonna say the shoulders are universal, but they're tighter than the chest. That's for sure. And I guess I should mention that the chest is translucent plastic. Feels sturdy enough. I hope it can survive. But I wouldn't mind a version of this guy with solid plastic instead of translucent. Anyway, shoulder, universal. Full range of motion. Outward as well, very nice. The wheel on his shoulder spins. You do have a negligible butterfly, but it's a transformation joint, so we're not going to count it. You do get your mushroom pegged bicep swivel. Get a very, very nice beyond 90-degree elbow hinge. And you get a wrist swivel. Very nice indeed. Swivel at the waist. No swivel, man. Hips can kick forward. Can kick back that far. Beautiful. Beautiful spread. You do get your thigh swivel. You get very nice knee bend. Part for the transformation, but also just nice to go slightly beyond 90 degrees. You get an ankle pivot, hella deep pivot, and a toe and a heel joint. You can just bend down to collapse for transformation, but also for your desired posage. So articulation is very solid. Everything's there. Everything works. There's no restrictions on anything. Really? You could technically call that an arcing back if you want. I don't know if it's going to be useful for anything, but that's something, I guess. So that's the basic robot mode. Now, Bulkhead isn't a big fan of fighting, but this is Transformers, and everything's all war all the time. So he does have to bring along some accessories. Accessories. And it's all about fashionable violets. So, first up, we have this very obvious kibble chunk. And it's a shield, kinda. It's got quite a bit of molding and detail. Oh, yeah. It's got hilariously some mini con ports on it. Don't know why. And it has some regular to armor it up however you want. You can leave it on his back where it goes in vehicle mode, and you can wear it as a Superman cape. Dun 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 dun. Dun. I can't remember the Superman theme. Or, I guess, unfortunately, you can peg it into his arm to use as a shield, sort of. It's got hinges, so it's adjustable at your will. I don't like it as short, as tall, as small as this, or as small as my. And if you want, you can just pop the wheel off. It pops back on. It's just pegged. But I actually do find that the shield allows him to do some decent Iron Man posage. If you want to do that classic superhero landing, like knee here, you can actually. It's going to be hard to show you on camera, but like you can. What's the best? Something like that, where you can use the shield sort of to tripod him. If you're like, if you're doing this sort of pose, he's actually kind of like the shield helps. I will admit. I don't like that it's just a slab of kibble, and it's gonna be slightly more important and slightly annoying in the vehicle mode. But you know, if you're looking for dynamic posing, it does actually quite help in stability. So that's a defensive weapon. He does need some offensive ones, unfortunately. And where he does come with a, admittedly, kind of stupid looking machine gun. I, the paint job on this thing baffles me. Like, okay, it's one solid piece of translucent plastic. Why does it look so freaking broken up? Like, the barrel is painted and the body, and then there's just the whole pit bits that are left unpainted. It like, I don't know. You can stick it in his hand if you want to give him sort of like a handheld weapon, but that's not Bulkhead style. You could plug it into one of the numerous ports on his shoulders, forearm. Every single wheel has a 5mm port. So you could plug it in there and have it spin like it's a spinny gun. You can plug it in for storage on the back of his shin. You can plug it onto the side of his shin for a shinny gun. Shinigami. Or things like that. Or the best place to put it is to look at those two pegs right there. And he has dedicated ports on either side of his back kibble. So he can have an over-the-shoulder machine gun. That's my preferred gun storage choice. But where's Bulkhead's signature weapon, I hear you ask? Where is his melee weapon? Well, this Bulkhead has it. And he's changed it slightly to this. This is his I guess, mace weapon, spike ball. I don't know exactly what you call it. It's got a decent silver paint job and tons of 5mm ports. And the only way, because it's designed for his right hand, the peg inside, it's sculpted specifically to go in his right hand. You cover it up, and now he has his hand has transformed into a weapon. That's cool. And I like to do this. So like I like to plug the gun on top. If I have that aforementioned sort of Iron Man pose, like he's right here. If he's trying to if his body's turned, say this way, putting his shield, and also the shield has a peg which you can attach stuff to the hand weapon. I like to plug the gun into the bottom port as sort of like an extra leg. But let me see if I can pose this properly. So yeah, if he's say here trying to block shots with his shield, I like to put the gun something like that, so at least he can shoot straight while he's trying to block, relatively straight, as opposed to shooting over that way if he's aiming at you, that kind of thing. So yeah, this guy does have quite a variety of posing options. The accessories definitely give him some good dynamicism. If that's the word I'm going with, it's what came out of my mouth. Yeah. So now we have to get him into vehicle mode. So we will do that. And also, I'm just going to say, the easiest way to get the mace out of his hand is to open it up from the back, because it pegs in like that, like that. You just slide that off, slide this off, and we'll have a short break and a short message from our lack of sponsors. He's got enough weapons to make you bulk dead. Thank you, thank you. I'll be here until YouTube collapses in on itself. Which the rate it's going probably won't take too long. Although Twitch is definitely racing YouTube to see which can collapse first. So to transform, where do we start? We can start at the feet. Collapsing the feet. That's a thing you can do. Let's just take the whole whoop, that. Or you can just start by unpegging the shoulders. They're on these struts. Get the backpack completely out of the way. Not the backpack. His chest. And they come all the way down here. They tab into each other. And also you want to rotate them and bend them all the way. Like that. There you go. Now tuck them into the cab. And also, if you're dumb enough to do things out of order, hold on. Fold the head down and fold up this black flap. Now we can tuck the arms in and then take this back piece, just completely kibble, and just leave it like that. And you want to take this black piece, fold up, and now here's a problem I have with the instructions. Where is it? So it's can you see? So it's step 16. Where is it? No, it's step 17. What the hell does that even mean? Like, look at that picture. Do you understand what the hell is supposed to happen there? Because I didn't. What you're supposed to do is that. How did they? I don't understand who decided to put that picture to represent that, snapping the pelvis down. And whatever, artist. And you can rotate that all the way up. And now we're going to bend the thighs down. And you can just leave this black flap for a second. No, and that panel will track. That was a nice clack. You want to open these panels and flip out the gas tanks in the inside and rotate it and close that panel. And you can fold the foot. Now you're going to bend the thigh, or should I bend the shin? So the gas tank, what's the best way I can show it? Basically plugs into that little slot right there. And also, it's going to plug into the back of the cab. So that there. There's tiny little slots right there that it's just going to peg nicely into, hopefully. There you go. So that's, no wait. You want the black piece folded up like that. I folded it too early. You want it right there. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other shin. Fold this out. Close. Close. Down. And it's going to tab in while I'm looking at it. And at the same time, you can plug his shins together to form the back of the vehicle. Tab it in. And tab them in. And now we take the weapons and shove them onto his legs. Because the back of his legs have some nice diamond floor patterning. Where is his balls? Take it. And which way do you plug it? Glade. There we go. Plug it in like that. And take the back panel, plug it in, and make sure both sides plug in to, whoop, that port right there. And now, Bulkhead is in his vehicle mode. And the overall vehicle mode, I like it quite a bit. But we'll get into some things. So, size comparison. Am I going to do the bit again? No. Here's Hound. You cannot tell me, you cannot convince me that this isn't made by the same people that make this. Like, different cab size, but definitely, like, this feels like a different model of this. Oshkosh. Oshkosh. And, because I can, here's Grapple. I was finally able to, which side was it? Brute force this piece off after not touching this thing since the Inferno review. And I really don't, I know art fires out there, like Inferno with a white chest and a Target Master, but I just don't care. I just don't care. But there you go. And here's a comparison with ConstructBot Bulkhead. You want me to transform this guy? Well, fuck you. I'm not doing it. I'm willing to sell him. No. But, yeah, as you saw in the transformation, the main problem with this vehicle mode, it relies wholeheartedly too much on a bullshit flap. Take that away, and you got a jumbled mess. But with it on, yeah, looks good. There's part of me that wishes that that black flap was the same painted green as the rest of the truck cab, just to make it blend in, because it really stands out for me. Like, looking at it, I'm like, I wish that was green. Overall, yeah, it's a solid toy. It rolls well. I'm really happy that it stores all its weapons. Although, mind you, you could, just like in the robot mode, put them anywhere you want. Let's take Hound's gun, for example. Now he's got a triple turret. I mean, I'm not using these weapons for Hound, so. And the only other weapon I can remember where it is, one of his shotguns. Plug a shot. Yeah, I can't really plug a shotgun into the wheel. There. Plug a shotgun into the side. Anyway. Although, it's not, the weapon storage isn't perfect. He's pulling an Optimus with just leaving his feet as the back of the truck. And yeah, you can see his Disco Ball of Doom. Or I guess Doomfist. No, I want to compare it to Doomfist's Gauntlet, but yeah. Right out the back. And fairly clean from the bottom. Although, I did see somebody describe this transformation as a kid tucking themselves into a Transformers costume, and now I can't see that transformation as anything other than that. And now you can't either. But thank you, Twitter. If Elon Musk isn't buying you, then Morbius is getting re-released in theaters because of you. But anything else? Nothing really else to talk about in this mode. Nothing that wasn't prevalent in the robot mode. I really like the kibble storage of hiding the gas tanks in the shins. I thought that was a really cool touch. But other than that, it's a not a bad looking vehicle mode, save for the only minor tinge of kibble being on the side. Yeah. Overall, it's a very good modern toy, I guess. And I don't really have any jokes, so I guess I'll wrap up. You know, solid robot mode, solid vehicle mode, fun, easy transformation. If you that one kind of BS step notwithstanding, doesn't fit for the character, but give it a new head, and call it somebody else, and I can see it being really good because this isn't going to be the last Bulkhead toy. Definitely not. So if you're not a fan of this for the character, I completely understand, but I still think it's a good toy on its own, which is probably the outcome every single toy reviewer had playing with this guy. So if you're looking for better Bulkhead toys, go back to Prime First Edition. Go back to either of the animated toys, the leader toy. Yeah, there are other Bulkheads. It's just they're rarer and harder to get. And this guy is the one that's currently on the market. So, and hey, some people might like a G1ified Bulkhead. That's up to them. You know, if that's your thing, then he's right up your alley, and he's very cool. Very cool. So, until next time, uh, Smash? No, that's not the good Hulk reference. I'm always stay angry. No, don't. Being being angry 24/7 isn't a good thing. It's an exhausting thing, especially. Like, why do you think Sith don't survive for very long? Because they're always angry. So it's exhausting. Being so don't be like Bruce Banner slash the Hulk, and don't join the dark side. I guess. Uh, hmm. Bye. Keep it weird. I guess. I don't know. See ya.